never do all I can just to show you you're special. Certain it's your love that holds me together. Lately you say she been killing the vibe. Gotta be sick of her, right? Pull up, getting the right. Left hand is steering, the other is gripping my thigh. Light up a spliff and get bite. Shawty, you deserve what you've been missing.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. I know it's been a long time. I've been very busy trying to get things in order for my future and trying to plan for my future and make a lot of smart decisions and moves that is gonna better me. And so yeah, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that this video is going to be about me talking about my flaws and basically how I had to deal with everything in school, because you know, kids in school are mean, they still are to this day, and how I kind of got past it to a point where I'm not as insecure about it now to this day. So if you don't follow me on Instagram at AyanaLove_. I'm gonna put it right underneath. So I'm going to start off by saying I've had a very rough childhood because of all of my uniqueness and all of my differences that people didn't like or aren't used to. I'm gonna just say they're not used to it. They're not used to seeing people that are different from themselves, or they're not used to seeing people who are quote-unquote imperfect, so they handle it in a certain way that brings that person down. And that's just people being ignorant and not being taught the right way to handle difference, and that's just all it is just different. So the things that I've had the most insecurity with is my gap, my eczema, and my eyes. Anything past that, people, if you get past that, I feel like I don't see why anyone would not like me. I've had people who wanted to fight me in school just because I didn't look how they wanted me to look. Like, even though it never came to that, it was just, people just picked on me because of that. People, I had no idea what their names were. So when I was in school, there were different incidences that happened due to my differences. There was a guy who he was playing basketball. First day in the school, before you go to first class, our first period, we would have to all go into the gymnasium, and the guys would be playing basketball and everyone else would just be on the stands in the bleachers. I was one of those people in the bleachers, and one guy that was playing basketball stopped the entire game, ran up the bleachers to me, and called me ugly in front of everybody. I was embarrassed, of course. I went home, cried, all that type of stuff. To the point I even switched schools. So back when I was younger, I was very closed in, scared, timid, just I was that type of person who just cried at home and never said anything to these people. And I wish I was more like how I am today, because a lot of stuff wouldn't have happened, wouldn't have continued. Let me say that it wouldn't have continued if I was who I am today. Other things that happened, people used to just do mean things, just pick on me, and it's just like, for what? This is something that's me. This has nothing to do with you. It just didn't make sense back then, but now it's like, it's growing up, you just realize that that's just how people are. I had opportunities to change everything that people don't like about me. I've had opportunities to change everything. I chose not to, except for my eczema. That's something I can't control. I've had so many different creams, and I've actually grown out of it so much. It used to be so bad. It used to be from my neck down to my feet. It was never my face, but it was so bad before, to the point where I couldn't even sleep because it itched so bad. Times I couldn't even close my hands because it would be so swelled up, and my cousin had to put cream on me, different things that really humbled me. I used to hide myself. I would put turtlenecks on, long pants, no matter what the weather. It'll be like 90 something degrees and I'm sitting in the car with a turtleneck on because I didn't want anyone to see what was underneath, and it was embarrassing to me, and I felt like people would pick on me, even if it was just around people who were considered my friends. It's like I was still afraid for them to see it, and it's like these people probably have seen it so many times, like on my hands, because I wasn't wearing gloves, but I was, you know, they've probably seen it. They've never said anything to me, and it's like they don't care. A lot of people don't care, honestly. People who aren't ignorant, people who do see and understand other people, and that people go through different things. So now it's just on my feet and my hands, so I'm better now. And there was a point in time where when I started buying more shorts and different things like that, because I was growing out of it and I was so comfortable with my body. When it comes to my gap, I had a chance to get braces. I chose not to simply because people picked on me. I didn't get braces because people picked on me, and I didn't want to please them, because if they didn't pick on me, I would have never known that anything was wrong with my gap. I would have just known that it was different, and that's just what it is. I wouldn't have looked at it as a bad thing if people didn't pick on me. So I never let that get to me to the point where I'm going to change myself for anybody. My eyes, I could have gotten surgery on my eyes, chose not to. If these things hindered me in a way where I couldn't function, if I couldn't eat, if I couldn't speak right, then I would have got braces. If my eyes hinders me in a way, but because I've had it my entire life, it doesn't feel like a hindrance. It feels like that's just how life is for me. I'm partially blind in this eye. When I was born, I had a cataract, and they removed the lens from my right eye, which caused my pupil to be smaller than the one with the lens. So over time, I guess, since they didn't put another lens in my eye, which I don't know why, it is now a scarred eye. The tissue in my eye is scarred, so I'm partially blind in this eye. I can see figures, I can see colors, but I can't really make out what it is if I didn't already know what it was. Yeah, so I feel like ways I've overcome my fear of basically being myself and accepting myself, I really sat back and I looked at myself and looked at other people with different issues, and knowing that people go through so much worse than me, I think I had to come to grips with, this is me, I love me. If that person over there who has way worse things that actually affect them when it comes to their ability to do things, and they're accepting themselves and they're walking around, they're loving themselves, I can do that. I would basically, I guess you could say, I faked it till I made it type of thing, where I would say things that I honestly didn't believe. Like, I would call myself beautiful. I would tell people, like, oh yeah, I know I'm beautiful, and it's like I wouldn't feel it inside, but I kept that up to a point where I actually started to look at myself in the mirror and see that I was beautiful inside and out. So I try to be sure that I'm a good person when it comes to my personality, because, you know, if you don't have a good personality, then your outside appears ugly, and I didn't want to be that. So I try my best to not be so imperfect. What else? I have an amazing support system. My family, my relationships that I keep, my best friend, my boyfriend, and it's just, they really, really help me. But when it comes to how I am or who I am today, I feel like that's mainly because of me, because people can have a great support system and it wouldn't really affect them. You have to want to take in what they say, want to look at yourself the way that they look at you. So I feel like I do hold myself on a pedestal. I hold myself on a pedestal because I feel like I made myself strong enough to be open to myself. I think what really pushes me to continue to be like this is my future child. Whoever she or he may be, I want them to be the best them that they can be. And I don't want to change my gap because of society. I don't want to change myself for society, any part of myself. And I don't want to change that before I have a child, and then my child comes out with a gap, with differences in the eyes and different things like that, and I'm not someone they can look up to because I no longer have those things. I want them to see a strong woman with the same things as them and help them in a way where they can relate to me. If they're going to relate to anybody, I want them to relate to me. And that's just how I view life, and that's how I view everything. And I've been feeling this way my entire life because being a mother is important. Even before you become a mother, you have to make sure that the steps that you take in your life are going to affect the future, and the future is you and your child, because that's just how life is. So I'm not changing myself for anybody. I needed someone to relate to growing up, which I really didn't have much of, so I want to be sure that I have that for my child. So that's the way I view everything. I really do hope that this video helps somebody like me, or someone who has differences and uniqueness, that this video pushes you to figure yourself out, learn to love yourself, because you can't expect someone else to love you if you can't love yourself. And people do love you, but you have to open your eyes and see that. When you are getting bullied or getting picked on, you only focus on the negative because that's easy. And if you're putting yourself down, you're going to put yourself down through other people, and when other people are doing it to you, that's what you're going to focus on. So focus on the people that actually do love you, and make them the highlight of your life, and let them feed you to the point where you can love yourself and look at yourself in the mirror and be happy with what you see. I think that's it. If anyone has any more questions, things I didn't really touch on that I should have touched on, please comment below. Contact me, DM me on Instagram, and let me know what I can put in the next video. Just love yourself, love others, understand others are different. No one is perfect and no one has everything figured out. Just be mindful of other people's feelings and what they're going through in life, and know that they may just be as confused as you are. You don't have to throw hate on somebody just because you're not completely secure with yourself. I love y'all. Thank y'all for all of y'all's support and kind words on the page underneath the posts. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much, and please give that love to people who really do need it, and people who you see, even if you don't know them, even if you didn't go to school with them, give that love to somebody else, because someone else is definitely needing it right now. Thank you so much. It was very hard, by the way, making this video. This is my third time making this video. One video I did it by myself and I felt like I was rambling. The second one I did with my boyfriend, but it was kind of like, I felt like this video was for me, for y'all, for me to y'all. So me doing it by myself, it just felt better. It just felt right. Thank you again for watching. Subscribe, like, and follow me on Instagram once again at AyanaLove_, just one underscore. Thank you guys so much. I love you.